When I read this book, I learned to stay away from abandoned towns. Goosebumps Book Number 1, Welcome to Dead House, dropped in '92. The first one. Holy crap, if this wasn't spooky fun. It was childhood trauma for those 90s kids, moving to a small town in the middle of nowhere. So, in this story, a family goes to Dark Falls, and everything's weird in Dark Falls. It's an abandoned place. There's like grass all over the fucking streets, so that you know they haven't paved in a while. And the houses are run down, kind of like all these small towns in America now. But also on top of that, the families that live in this town and the townspeople all act weird, like they're not all there. They seem like something's really off with them. They can't really function very well. But Dark Falls has weird, eerie stuff going on there, and it's always dark all the time, even during the day. And let's talk about the cover. Terrifying. I was like 7 staring at this haunted purple crack house thinking, just looks like an ominous like gateway to hell or something like that. And that staircase looks all fucked up like it hasn't been renovated in forever. And you gotta love how the rest of the house doesn't have any lights on. Almost looks like a mouth over here in that creepy ass fucking tree. And you also gotta love when the lights right here are in certain parts. And who the fuck is this guy right here? Is this one of the fucking ghosts or ghouls or zombies or something? I want to know. Might be the realtor, actually. Who fucking knows? Yeah, I know if I was a kid and rolled up to this place, you wouldn't catch my ass in there. You know, it will just kill you. Spoiler warning, you have been warned. So, in Welcome to Dead House, basically the town is just a bunch of undead zombies, and they just want to feed on people. But they're intelligent zombies, kind of like mutated zombies. So I guess they're just undead, but not brain dead. Yeah, they use light to burn the zombies. They get away from the zombies, and then on their way out of town, they notice that another family's moving into town, so the whole process starts all over again in Dark Falls. And then you know R.L. Stine's like, yep, first Goosebumps book. Let's go full undead cannibal town. Mic drop. Pa. This book gave me real trust issues. You know, I'll never go to rundown houses anymore. Even if the porch mat says welcome, I say don't go near that bullshit. Dark Falls. Come for the housing market, stay because you're fucking dead. Back in the 90s, Goosebumps television was pretty much what I watched all the time. Friday, Saturday nights, sometimes it would come on. And this was a 2-part episode, and it definitely was different from the book in a few ways. Won't go into details about that. Just read the book and watch the episode for yourself. But I will say the show, while it was really campy in a lot of cases, it definitely captured the fear of moving to a new town, especially one that's like really creepy. If I were you, I would definitely check out the episode. It's pretty good, and it has a really good twist ending, and that one involving the dog. So I saw this when I was a kid, back at the book fair back in 1995. Young little me in 1st grade saw this book and I was like, man, I gotta check this out. You know, reading this book when I was a kid, I wondered, was this guy heavily inspired by the George A. Romero movies? And yes, I know who George A. Romero was back then because I was really into zombie movies. Yeah, I was one of those freaks. I love zombie movies. So this definitely helped me get really big into the infection genre. Yeah, this is definitely one of those books that really got me really terrified because this is one of the first children's horror books I ever read where they were actually trying to eat them alive. Like, that's terrifying to me. And that's why I can't watch a lot of those Eli Roth movies, is because of that. Especially Green Inferno. Crazy fucking movie, by the way, if you've ever seen it. Honestly, I think that Welcome to Dead House is great. I love the TV show episode. I would highly recommend it. It's one of those things, when I first saw this sitting on the shelf back in the day, going to that book fair, I was like, I gotta have this. And I did. My dad let me get it. And it has that, you know, distinct 90s smell to it, still kind of baked into those pages. Well, thanks for watching. And remember, if your dog starts barking at the walls, it's not a phase, it's fucking happening. Welcome to Dead House. This house runs on dilapidation, ghouls, and property tax fraud. Thanks for watching Radness Rewind. Check out the next episode, which I'll go into Stay Out of the Basement. You thought you hated your broccoli before? This is a true horror in vegetation.